Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, welcome to another market open stream. Today is going to be a shortened day because it is July 3rd, a day before Independence Day. But we're here to talk about Bitcoin and the recent momentum upwards and how it's about to make history again, which means all-time high soon. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything that's going on today. Let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting out the day right under 110. 109.6. In fact, we did hit 110 not too long ago. A few hours ago, we hit 110.200. So that puts us very, 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 very close. Very close indeed to our previous high, right? Which was like 112, or a little bit under 112. We're only $2,000 away from making a new high. And today, the alts also, many, started coming back up as well. So overall, pretty darn good day so far. Now, what's causing this? Well, there are many things that's causing this. Let's look. The U.S. market is opening up in the green, mostly because of this. Surprising. Yesterday, we got an ADP report that said there was no one hiring. Today, we get another reading, U.S. payrolls reading, and it showed jobs went up by 147,000 in June, way better than expectation. So who's right? How can you have an ADP report that came in the basically way less negative territory, and then the next day you have another report that shows we're going upwards? It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but not every job utilizes ADP reporting, I guess. But this is what's causing some enthusiasm. However, it is not helping the case for a rate cut. Yesterday, we were at like 22%, and now we're down to 4.7% for this next FOMC meeting. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to get one in September regardless. So we just have to wait a few more months. And what's good is, hey, if markets are going up, in the meantime, I don't think anyone's going to complain because most of us are investors. At least most of you guys watching this are investors. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So, you know, if we have to wait a couple months, that's fine. And maybe Bitcoin then will be at 130, 150,000. And again, I don't think any Bitcoin investors will be complaining. And the U.S. market also, tech in general, is doing pretty good as well. So things are looking good. Also, this is another reason why markets are going up. Yesterday, it was announced that Vietnam has made a trade deal with the U.S. I talked about this earlier in the week, how we only have like one more week left until the 90-day pause is over. And we should expect more trade deals to be made. This is a big one because a lot of things outside of China, I think Vietnam is the second biggest importer. And a lot of companies purposely ship to Vietnam to be shipped in, to be imported into the U.S., I should say, to kind of avoid tariffs and stuff. But this basically eliminates it. A flat 20% tariff, and anything that's not produced in Vietnam gets 40%. So they did that on purpose because China's at 30%. So basically, if China's trying to import to Vietnam to be imported to the U.S., it's not going to work. So this is good. This is very good. This is like the third trade deal. And we may get more, a lot more mini ones before the deadline. Okay, so this is good. And then also, whether you think this is good or not, this new mega bill, the big, beautiful bill, is still being voted upon in the House. So after a lot of debate, a lot of stuff, they're actually going to vote again. And it could pass. It could pass really, really quickly. So it really depends on how you look at it, whether this is good or not. It is definitely going to increase spending and increase our debt ceiling in the US, but there are some that will benefit. There are some that are going to get tax breaks. There are those that will get no taxes on tips and overtime. So it does help some, but it doesn't help others in other ways. So I don't know. I guess it depends on which side you're on. And one thing's for certain. If you're making a boatload of money, you're making more than, I believe, $4.3 million a year. It really helps you. In what way, I don't know. I don't know what's in there that helps, but it decreases people that are making decreased taxes for people making over 4.3 million. And I still believe for the rest of us that don't make over 4.3 million a year, the removal of capital gains tax on crypto spending is still in there. I don't believe they removed it. That is also very positive. So that means pretty soon we may be able to pay for things in Bitcoin, for those of you guys that are Bitcoin rich, and not have to worry about the consequences of taxes. That would be crazy. That would be really, really crazy if you think about it. Yeah, so these are the macro stuff that's helping drive things forward. But you could also think of it this way. Why this is helping Bitcoin is there are people on the flip side that are worried about the increased spending and the increased deficit. And that's also driving people to Bitcoin. That's why a lot of people are buying Bitcoin these days, because they want to hedge against inflation. They don't want to see debasement of their currency. They don't want to see their buying power robbed year over year over year. That's why they turn to Bitcoin. So in many ways, this is helping drive things higher. Yesterday, as expected, we had a massive inflow, 407 million, made up for the previous day. So overall, pretty darn good. And these ETFs, there's so much volume. BlackRock's ETF, there's so much volume. They have made more money than their own S&P 500 ETF, which is insane because the AUM on that is way bigger and it's been out for decades longer. Yet the Bitcoin ETF already has more volume. That's insane. And of course, companies that are directly involved with Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy, still continues to outshine the rest of the market. It beats the S&P 500 with a 40% gain. You know, back in the day, I covered how hedge funds rarely beat the S&P 500. As smart as they are, you could say maybe their risk management is quite high, but they rarely beat the S&P 500. Only a few can consistently say they outperform, and even though it's only a few percentage points. But those that invest in Bitcoin or MicroStrategy, you could see way outperforms the S&P 500. MicroStrategy from Saylor has outperformed S&P 500 by 3,100%. Bitcoin on here is 819%. But I think Bitcoin will catch up and continue forward. So, I mean, it goes to show you, this is the way. This is how you outperform everyone else. This is how you protect your wealth, by turning to Bitcoin. Here's interesting. IMF is starting to lose its grasp on countries. IMF rejects Pakistan's plan to reallocate 2,000 megawatts of electricity for Bitcoin mining and AI data centers. And Pakistan is still going to continue to do it. Just like the IMF did that with El Salvador. Told them, hey, if we give you this big loan, you got to stop all this Bitcoin nonsense. President Bukele said, okay, I'll take the loan. And he still continued the Bitcoin. Bitcoin City, Bitcoin bonds, Bitcoin everything. And is still buying a Bitcoin every single day. So the IMF is starting to lose control. The IMF and the World Bank, basically, they're just giant banks for countries. And just like all banks, they need clients. That's how they make money. That's how they survive. Keep people under control. And Bitcoin is even allowing countries to escape it. Just think about that for a second. All right, what else is there? Long-term holders for Bitcoin near all-time high. This should come as no surprise. Everyone that's holding Bitcoin should be in a profit right now. As we're reaching 110 again, everyone in Bitcoin should be in profit. If you're not, well, just wait. Soon you will be. So it makes sense that long-term holders are skyrocketing right now. Okay. And this is also interesting. While Bitcoin's been going up, you haven't really seen selling. The long-term holders are actually holding on. They're hodling, which is good. Because in previous times, during certain periods, even bull markets, you see a lot of people selling. And this is saying, no, they're holding instead, which is really good. And now that Bitcoin has finally broken out of this channel, it seems like, okay, the channel that we've been stuck in, it does seem like Bitcoin is gearing up for that next leg that I've been talking about, right? That next level, which could be around $130,000 to $150,000. And then we'll hit that top end of this year, wherever that may be. 200, 250, $300,000 by the end of this year. All you have to do is stay patient, continue to HODL, and DCA. This is the winning strategy. It's the only strategy that works 100% of the time for Bitcoin. 100% of the time, if you think about it, hasn't failed. Every single cycle, no matter how low Bitcoin goes, it recovers back up and forms a new high. Outside of Bitcoin, got to talk about this. Solana, there's some firm that outsmarted the SEC and came up with some other staking ETF. And this is a spot ETF too. This is not a futures based. So we already have a Solana spot ETF that includes staking rewards as dividends. And it launched with pretty good volume. And I was trying to read about this. It's some kind of reverse merger from some company, and they did something where it doesn't require the approval of the SEC. But it's not exactly like the others. There's a lot of SOL holdings like overseas in some other company or whatever, but it operates the same way. So basically, we have a SOL ETF. You know, we don't have to wait for SEC to approve the other ones. We already have one. That's what this means. The Rex Osprey Solana Staking ETF SSK. So this will definitely help. If we get in a bull market, like I've been saying, if we get in a bull market and momentum comes back, any crypto ETFs are going to help tremendously, drive billions upon billions of Wall Street money into them. This is fantastic. And we're still all waiting for those meme coins to come back up. And once they do, man, the volumes go explode once again. Solana is the chain for memes. But not just for memes. There's the talk about this new protocol, Alpenglow protocol, that could reduce block finality times by 99% and make things even faster. And this is on top of Fire Dancer, which makes it more secure and robust. So there are a lot of implementations or a lot of developments happening. It's going to make Solana even better. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. And then I saw this. Since stablecoins are still hot, there is a crypto-focused bank that starts trading with Ripple's RLUSD. You don't hear a lot about RLUSD right now, but I do think Ripple's going to put a lot of effort into it. And I think it's going to help Ripple in the long run, that's for sure. All right. Man, look at that. We're at 110, 110, 200. We're getting closer and closer and closer to making that new high. And let's see here. For today, let's see. MicroStrategy's up, Circle's up. Circle's finally up after being down for so long. And then others are taking a breather today. Robinhood had a good day yesterday, taking a breather. Coinbase taking a breather, had a fantastic day yesterday. And Tesla taking a breather. Trump to speak to Putin after U.S. pauses on weapons shipment. This is also good. And you know what's good? There's also a ceasefire happening in the Middle East too that a lot of people don't talk about. So right now, these are looking good all around. SUI up almost 5% today. Back above $3, which is awesome. XRP I just talked about 230. Solana up to about 155. So far so good, guys. Right before July 4th. Let's do some Q&A. Let's check. You know, yesterday I told you guys we had a pretty good chance to go to 109 because of a lot of shorts. There's a lot of liquidity up there to be liquidated. Let's see what it is today. Today, we have this level right here at basically 111. We just need to go up a little bit more, push to 111, and then it clears up. It clears up to this level, about 113. So we maintain the momentum. It would not surprise me that we get into the 113. And look at the levels up here in 114. There's like almost nothing. So basically, you know, once we clear 113, it's basically like the sky. There's really nothing up here. This is very little. So if we get a short squeeze above 111, we'll hit 113, and we get just a little bit more push. We're into like 117, 119. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting indeed. Cynthia Loomis said that. David Sachs said that, Rufio, about no capital gains tax on crypto transactions, like purchases. What happened with Shiba and why is it dead? Because all memes are dead. That's why. You gotta wait for meme season. Most memes are down, even from the January high, by like 50% at least. I was going to say happy Friday because it kind of feels like a Friday, but it really is not. It's a Thursday. But it feels like a Friday. Lucky skies, and I'm feeling Cryptomania again. Great feeling. The funny thing is, we had this many times this year. And then we just go through some boring times. Okay? And then it seems like, oh, all is lost. No, not all is lost. Like, even when Bitcoin was down, to 103, 102, people were getting depressed. I'm like, we're still above six figures. Robinhood, man. Robinhood finally took a breather. I'm going to load up after it falls to wherever it needs to fall. I actually filled a gap right here. So that may be what it needs. Sui's having a fantastic day. 305. ETH getting some love today. Look at that. 2,600. MicroStrategy in the green today. MicroStrategy has had a very hard time staying above 400. But now it busted through. It's at 409. Can it get back? It was at 420 something, 430 something back in May. If you could get back through that, then it's on its way to 500. And everything that Sailor has been doing is going to pay off. Am I streaming tomorrow? No, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'll take a breather. It's a national holiday. I may put out a short video or something when I wake up tomorrow. Yeah, if we hit to like 125 tomorrow, then yeah, I'll probably stream. I don't think we'll get that far within a day, but who knows? Steve Allen asked, "What do people do on 4th of July?" I'm from UK. You have barbecues, you have gatherings, you drink a lot, open up the pool. What people do during holidays. Oh yeah, fireworks. I forgot. Totally forgot about fireworks. You gotta blow things up. I should go drive and buy some fireworks today. You know, fireworks ain't cheap. Those big ones are like a few $100s each one. Even the smaller ones that are decent, they're like 50, 60 bucks each. Last year there was a guy in front of me that spent like $5,000 on fireworks. I'm like, man, these guys, people go crazy for 4th of July. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go buy some today. You know what's awesome? Now you could get it at Costco. Get the Ninja slushy machine. If you guys don't have the Ninja slushy machine, get it because you go use it, especially for 4th of July. This thing. I went and bought another one. All right. So basically, it turns anything into a slushy drink, including alcoholic beverages. So you could throw in your margarita in there. You could throw whatever, your own mixed drinks, cocktails, whatever, your White Claws, and it will make it into a delicious slushy. It's one of the best inventions ever. And this was really sold out last year. You couldn't get it last year. Now they finally replenish. You can get them at Costco or wherever. It's not $500, it's $300. This is really worth it. If you guys are going to have a party tomorrow, it's going to be a hit. This is the one thing that adults, children, they all love. And we're still going higher. And I gotta give you guys an update and show you my merchandise. Bitcoin watches. I've been talking with Coin Vigilante about my CRU watches, and they're gonna be amazing. Amazing. The production is going to start soon. He's finalizing the designs. I will have 3 different colors. One that's limited to 21 only, and the others will still be limited but not serial numbered. You guys will really love it. Once it comes out, once it's available, it's going to be awesome. And plus, don't forget, I still have the HODL sign and this mega chain for available. The very limited one, the 21, the one that's going to be limited to 21, I have to set a pretty high price because there will be 21 and that's it. And it will be green gold. The band will be gold. The face will be green. That's my favorite watch from Rolex. The other ones will be black and orange and then silver and silver. I don't know. I think the base ones, probably around 1,000. The limited one will be quite higher than that. And all you guys need to join the new Discord. We got a lot of members in there, but we can always use more. Free Discord to join, to talk crypto, to get information, to learn how to trade. Everything is in here. You guys need to join it. Yeah, the John Mayer Rolex, the green gold, that's my inspiration. It's like a 60, 70K watch now. I think MSRP is like 40K, but now it's like so popular, it's like 60, 70K. But I'm going to make mine a lot less than that. And it's going to be more rare. I may even have benefits too. Like if you buy a limited edition one, I don't know, if we ever meet up or something, maybe we could have like a meetup or something. Anyone else here because they can't stand Scott Melker? What's wrong with Scott? I've talked to him many times, bumped into him. He's actually a nice guy. But what can't you stand about him? Yeah, I think this is like one of the most beautiful watches ever made. Let me see if I could give you guys a preview of the limited edition watches being made. There you go. This is a mock-up of what the limited edition one will look like. It's etched. We're all George. You got the gold band, the green face. It's transparent. You get to see the inside. I'm asking him to change all the hands and everything to be gold as well. I think that's pretty sweet. So hopefully get going on that soon. And then we got to go a little higher here. So we're starting to break through. The next level is 600. We only need to go up $100. And then we just need to shatter this. 111.4. If we shatter this, we will get a short squeeze and we will head higher to 113. So we just need a little bit more. Hey Tom, how's it going, my man? Gareth in that yellow. Don't tell me Gareth is still shorting Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't have a set price for the watch yet. Like the one I showed you guys, this will be limited to only 21, and I will keep the first one. I will have the 001 or 01, and then the remaining 20 will be sold. And eventually I may just like auction off, or maybe I keep one and auction off, but like I don't know what price will be. The other ones will have a lower price because they're not as limited, but they're still just as cool. I'll show you another one. I think this one's really cool too. This is the other one, a black orange one. I think this is quite cool as well. Yeah, this is sick. I have the regular one. I have the regular one that's black and orange already with the Bitcoin face. So took inspiration from that. Minty says, you crack me up with your gadget reviews. I want to go buy a Ninja Slushie now. You should. I have no association with the Ninja Slushie, but for fourth, this is going to be the biggest hit of your party. You just throw in random concoctions, and then throw in some, you know, some rum or tequila, whatever, vodka, and it'll make a perfect slushy drink for you. It's really that good. This is probably the best invention ever. Next to the creamery, which I mentioned before. If you want to make your own ice cream, the creamery is awesome. But it takes some work and some finesse. This doesn't. You just need to make sure there's enough sugar content, and it's going to make a slushy. Yeah, the creamery, it takes a lot of work because you need to freeze it first. You need to make sure the consistency is right. If it's like too dry, you need to add some milk or whatever, right? So I wouldn't be using that at a party. It's too much work. This is so much better. What about the ShamWow? Haven't heard about the ShamWow in a long time. Yeah, Fairlife milk is the best from the creamery. Fairlife milk is overall the best. It has the lowest carbs of any milk, and it's just and they taste good, especially if you buy the whole milk. Whole milk is you can't beat whole milk. Um, but they seem to have the lowest carb, you know, concentration of any milk brand. MicroStrategy's at 410, man. Am I going to release a fragrance as well? No. No, I am not. I am not. Did I tell you guys I got a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 XR? I spent a day yesterday with it. I can't get enough of the exhaust note. You just can't beat a big V8 exhaust note. This is why, you know, if you're a car enthusiast, you just can't live with an EV car. You gotta have a V8. Is your meme coming soon? You know what? Oh, I have a power washer in my garage, so I wash my own cars now. It makes it really, really easy. And then I use the leaf blower to dry it off. The Discord link is in right there. Join. Keith, just go to CryptosRUs.com. Go to Learn. Join it. I think it's in the description of this video too. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall, pretty good day. No, I'm not drunk yet. Pretty good day overall. Day before the 4th. Bitcoin is soaring. Crypto is soaring. The US market is soaring. Everything is soaring. So strap on and have some fun. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. I'll try to put out a video for you tonight. I wasn't able to do it yesterday. I'll try to do something tonight, and we'll go from there. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care.